Hello, sleepy soul. Welcome to Midnight Talks. I'm your storyteller tonight, your host in the dark. If you enjoy the tales I whisper, don't forget to subscribe so I don't get lost in this endless crowd. Now, let's begin our story. Oak Ridge, Pennsylvania, a quiet American suburb where the biggest drama was usually a raccoon knocking over someone's trash can. But on this cold November night, something else opened. Something human, something dark. It began in the kitchen of the Harper house. I heard Mom humming, not her usual tune. This one was slower, broken, like a lullaby being sung underwater. I peeked into the kitchen. She was standing completely still, facing the dark window, talking softly. But Dad wasn't with her. He should have been. He always made warm milk before bed. But tonight, Mom was making it alone. "Mom," I whispered, "what are you doing?" She turned toward me, slowly, too slowly. Her smile didn't look like hers. Her eyes were wider, emptier, and then she said it. "If you give a cookie and—" She stopped, stared at me with a strange tension, like I'd interrupted something dangerous. Then she continued, using a cold, rehearsed storybook voice. "If you give a mouse some milk—" Goosebumps crawled up my arms. This wasn't her bedtime story voice. It felt hollow, practiced, wrong. The whole house felt wrong. Too quiet. Even the fridge seemed to stop humming. And then the smell hit me. A warm, metallic scent. Blood. Outside, our neighbor had taken his dog out because it wouldn't stop barking at our fence. He heard Mom's voice too. "If you give a mouse some milk, he'll want some more." He thought she was reading a kid's book, until she said, "He'll develop a taste for human blood." His smile disappeared instantly. The dog whimpered. The air felt colder. Inside, I whispered, "Mom, where's Dad?" She didn't answer. She didn't blink. She just kept speaking. "If he develops a taste for human blood, he'll become a vampire." My chest tightened. She wasn't talking to me anymore. Whatever was speaking was using her. Then I saw it. A drop of blood sliding down her wrist. Then another. And another. Falling to the floor. Pooling around her bare feet. Mom, what happened? Where's Dad?" She didn't react. She kept reciting, "If he becomes a vampire, he'll have to make some followers." "Mom, stop!" I screamed. Her head snapped toward me so fast it made a cracking sound. Her eyes weren't Mom's anymore. Two dark marbles reflecting nothing. Outside, the neighbor froze when he heard my scream, and then he heard Mom again. "If they feed too much, the National Guard will be called out." He stepped closer to the fence and saw something behind her feet, a shadow, dragging, lifeless, a shoe, a hand, a shirt sleeve soaked in dark red. Dad, face down, unmoving. Mom kept smiling, like she had practiced this moment. I whispered, crying, "Mom, what did you do?" She answered calmly, almost sweetly, "That's why I had to kill Daddy. He was giving a mouse a cookie." I couldn't breathe. I couldn't speak. She leaned close enough for me to feel her breath. "Sleep well, sweetie." Outside, the neighbor fell back into the bushes. His hands shook as he dialed 911. "You need to send someone," he whispered. "Right now. Something is wrong. Something is very wrong." Inside the house, my sobs echoed through the hallway, and Mom kept humming, that broken underwater lullaby. The scream never came, not from outside, not from the daughter, not even from the mother. Only silence, a silence so heavy it felt like the walls were holding their breath. The Harper house was listening. The dispatcher picked up the call. 911, what's your emergency?" The neighbor swallowed hard. Ma'am, I think my neighbor just killed her husband. His voice cracked as his dog whimpered behind him. Okay, sir. Slow down. What makes you believe that? He looked toward the kitchen window again. The mother's silhouette stood perfectly still inside, not moving, not turning, just listening. Because she's bleeding, and she's talking weird, and her husband is... His voice broke. He's not moving. Sir, stay on the line. Officers are en route. Do not approach the house. A brief pause. Can you still see the mother? Yes. She's just standing there, facing the darkness. Is she holding anything? His stomach twisted. I can't see her hands. Inside the house, the daughter stepped back slowly, trying not to make a sound. Her mother tilted her head. A soft crack echoed, like an old puppet bending the wrong way. Then she inhaled, slow, wet, shaky, a breath no living person should make. A tear escaped down the girl's cheek. The moment it hit the floor, her mother's eyes snapped toward her. She knew. She heard everything. Sweetie, her voice dripped with something rotten. Come here. The girl shook her head and stepped farther back. Come here. Her mother's smile stretched unnaturally wide, too wide, as if her cheeks were tearing at the edges. The house creaked, floorboards shifted. Something moved upstairs, a soft thud, then another, and another. Something else had bled in that house tonight. Something besides Dad. Sir? The dispatcher said through the phone. Are you still there? The neighbor nodded instinctively. Yes, I'm here. I'm watching the window. Inside, the mother finally moved. She lifted her arm. Something dark dripped from her hand. It hit the counter with a thick, sticky slap. That wasn't milk, the daughter whispered. Mom, what's on your hands? Her mother giggled. Daddy was messy. The girl backed toward the hallway, her only exit. Her mother's eyes followed her without her head moving. Just the eyes, sliding inside their sockets like something else was steering them. The hallway was darker than it should have been. Lights flickered once, twice, then died completely. A heavy thump echoed from upstairs. A dragging noise followed. Something was up there, moving, living, or trying to. The girl grabbed the stair railing. The dragging stopped. Slow, scraping footsteps began descending. Step, drag, step, drag. A shape appeared on the staircase. Small, child-sized. Her breath caught. It wasn't her little brother. He'd been at Grandma's for days. This thing had the wrong shape, the wrong posture. Its head hung backward, as if the neck had snapped. Its hands dangled like wet rags. Outside, the neighbor heard something through the slightly open window. A voice, small, wet, broken, a child whispering, Mommy, I'm thirsty. Every muscle in his body locked. There was no child in that house tonight. Everyone knew that. So what was calling for Mommy? Inside, the mother didn't turn toward the stairs. She didn't react to the thing coming down. Instead, she stepped toward her daughter, blood trailing behind her, her smile frozen in place. If he becomes a vampire, he'll have to make some followers. And now the daughter understood. Dad wasn't the only follower her mother had made. Mom, please, stop. Her mother leaned close, whispering against her ear. Don't you want to join us? Sweetheart. That was the moment the girl ran. She bolted toward the back door, slammed her shoulder into it, fumbled with the lock, hands shaking, breath broken. But the door wouldn't open. Something heavy was blocking it from outside. The neighbor's dog growled deep and low. He looked at the back door of the Harper house and saw it. Something leaning against it. Something big, something human-shaped. He took one step closer, and the door's window fogged up. A tiny handprint appeared on the glass, backward, from the inside. And from the other side of the door, the daughter heard a voice she would never forget. "Sweetie, let us in." Emergency lights had not yet arrived. The street was dark. Not ordinary dark, but swallowed dark. The kind that feels alive. The kind that listens. Inside the Harper house, two things were moving: the mother and something that used to be someone, both closing in on the same girl. Outside, the neighbor prayed the police would come fast. He had no idea they wouldn't. Not tonight. The girl clawed at the back door lock, pushing with all the strength terror could give her. Something heavy slid down the other side. A warm weight pressed back. The glass beside her fogged again as a small handprint appeared. Then another. Then a third. Small hands. Child-sized. But there were no children here. The shape descending the stairs reached the last step. Its feet slapped the wood with a wet, sticky sound. The girl turned just enough to see its legs bent the wrong way, its jaw torn low, hanging open unnaturally. Something dripped from its chin, not blood, but spoiled, curdled milk. Then it whispered. A broken voice seeped out of its ruined throat. "Mom, I'm still thirsty." It turned its head toward the mother, then toward the girl, smiling in a slow, tearing stretch. Outside, the neighbor leaned over the fence. The back door glass shook beneath small tapping hands. Not pounding, not frantic, but rhythmic. Tap, tap, tap. A pause. Tap. He whispered a shaky prayer as a tall shadow rose behind the tiny hands. The mother stepped into view, smiling directly at him through the window. She mouthed two silent words. "You're next." Far down the block, a patrol car turned onto the street. Officer Daniels scanned the quiet neighborhood. His partner Perez muttered something about holiday stress. They had no idea what waited for them in the backyard. Inside, the mother stepped closer to her daughter. Blood slid down her arm, dripping onto her dress. She didn't blink. She didn't breathe. She simply smiled. "If they feed too much, the National Guard will be called out." Her head tilted until her neck cracked. "But they won't come for you, sweetie." Behind the girl, the follower creature shifted, its throat rasping a sick, milk-soaked gargle. "Because," the mother whispered, leaning close, "I already chose you." Then the phone rang. Not the neighbor's phone, not the police radio. The old beige landline mounted on the kitchen wall, a phone no one used anymore. It rang once, twice, a third time. The mother stopped smiling. Her face went blank. She turned slowly to the ringing phone. Even the creature on the stairs froze. The entire house held its breath. She lifted the receiver with her blood-slicked hand. "Yes." A long pause. "She's almost ready." "Mom, who is that?" the girl whispered. Her mother turned toward her, eyes now solid black. "Your other parent." The girl's heart crumpled. Her father lay dead. Her mother was possessed. So who, or what, was on the other end of that call? The neighbor saw the police lights and ran toward the officers, shouting, "Her husband is dead. There's something else in there. Something not human." Daniels tried to calm him, but the back door creaked open behind the house. Not from the girl, not from the mother, but from something leaning against it. 4 figures stepped into the yard, bodies bent and broken, jaws hanging, milk dripping from their mouths, eyes black as soot. Followers. "Jesus Christ," Perez whispered. The creatures moved in perfect unison, One rasped, "Mother, say, feed." Another echoed it, "Feed." A third, "Feed." A fourth screamed it, "Feed." Then they charged. Gunfire cracked through the dark. Muzzle flashes lit twisted bodies. But the creatures didn't fall. Bullets hit, but nothing died. One follower crashed into Daniel's, sinking shattered teeth into his shoulder. Perez tried to drag him back, but another creature grabbed him, ripping him across the lawn. The neighbor gagged as the officers disappeared beneath the feeding followers. Inside, the girl saw flashes of gunfire through the window, heard screams, saw the silhouettes tearing into the officers. Her mother just watched, calm, smiling, like a proud parent supervising playtime. "They grow so fast," she whispered. "Mom, stop!" the girl cried. Her mother looked at her gently. "Sweetie, it's almost your turn." Upstairs, something heavier moved. A thud. Another. Dust drifted from the ceiling. A tall shape appeared at the top of the stairs. Shoulders too broad, head bowed too low. Two voices layered together came from its throat. "Mother, she's ready." The mother nodded. "Bring her to me." The girl backed away as the tall follower descended, each step shaking the house. It extended a huge broken hand toward her. Outside, the officers were silent now. Inside, the followers closed in. The mother opened her arms wide. "Sweetie, come to your family," the girl screamed, and the house swallowed the sound entirely. Lights flickered. Followers advanced. The mother smiled. The tall follower reached for her, and then the front door swung open, not from the girl, not from the mother, not from the followers. Someone else stepped inside, someone none of them expected. Someone carrying something the creatures feared. But who? Daughter trembling whisper. Mom, why is the back door open?" I step closer, slow, careful. Cold night air slips inside like something alive, like it's breathing. Outside, the trees aren't moving, but I hear something between them, something hiding. Then I hear Mom, or something trying to sound like Mom. Mom, distant, warped. "Sweetie, don't come outside. Stay inside. Mommy's busy." "Neighbor," panic whisper. "Oh God, I'm still here. Behind the shed. I see her. The mom. Her hands are covered in something dark. Not blood. Too black. Too thick. She's burying something. But the ground, it's moving on its own, like it's swallowing whatever she puts in it." "I'm calling the cops again. Pick up. Pick up." Dispatch. 911. "What's your emergency?" Neighbor, hyper whisper. "She's talking to something in the ground. The mom, she killed her husband, and now she's..." Something just turned toward me. I think she heard me breathing. Mom, gentle, smiling. "Why are you hiding? It's rude to listen to family conversations. Come out. I won't hurt you." Much. Daughter, whisper cry. "Mom, who are you talking to?" She's standing in the doorway, still, frozen. I can't even see her face. "Mom." Mom, too sweet. "Baby, Mommy needs you to go upstairs now. There's something outside that wants to come in, and it's hungry." Neighbor, breaking. "She sees me. She sees me. She's walking toward me." She's smiling. Why is she smiling like that? Her eyes. Oh God, her eyes. Mom, eerily calm. "Sweetie, stay inside. Mommy just needs to take care of the noise." Daughter, I see shadows outside. I hear screaming, like someone trying to scream with their mouth covered. Then it stops. Mom walks back in, alone. She locks the door from the inside. "Mom, where's Mr. Hale? He was our neighbor." Mom, soft, chilling. "Sweetheart, neighbors should know better than to listen at windows. Now go, upstairs." Now, neighbor, fading, glitchy. I should have left after the first scream in their backyard. God, help the kid. Daughter, I'm in my room now. The floorboards downstairs are creaking. Mom's talking again, not to herself, to someone or something. Mom downstairs whispering, Sweetie, you awake? Steps start climbing the stairs. Thump, thump, thump. Daughter, please, don't open my door. The door handle turns. Mom, too sweet. Mommy just wants to talk. The doorknob, it's still turning. Mom's voice slips through the crack. Too calm, too heavy, like someone is pulling puppet strings inside her throat. Mom, whisper smile. Sweetie, open the door. We need to finish our story. Floorboards creak with slow, unnatural timing. I step back. My hands shake so hard I can hear my nails clicking. Then, something moves behind Mom. Something tall, something with long fingers. No, not fingers, claws. Mom, gentle but broken voice. Baby, Mommy needs you to trust her. Her voice distorts. You don't want the mouse to get inside the walls, and do you? She gives a tiny, soft laugh. Too soft to be real. You don't know how fast they spread once they taste blood. Daughter, panicked whisper. Mom, please, stop saying that. I can see her silhouette in the door crack, but it's wrong. Her shadow is taller, longer, and something behind her moves when she doesn't. Neighbor, glitchy, fading, like a memory. Before she found me, before she dragged me back to the yard, I heard her talking to the holes in the ground. She said, You can come out now. I fed 'em to you. Now you listen to me. His breath fades. This house isn't theirs anymore. It belongs to the thing in the dirt. Mom, two-layer voice. Sweetie, your father didn't believe me. Her voice darkens. He didn't listen when the mouse asked him for more. She giggles, cracked, and whisper thin. So Mommy had to take care of him. For us. For you. For them. Daughter, crying. Mom, you're scaring me. Mom, good. Fear keeps the creatures away, but only for a little while. Isn't that right? Something inside the walls clicks, scratches, answers her. I choke on a scream. Suddenly the house lights flicker, tremble, and go out. From the walls, from the cracks, from under the floorboards. I hear scratching, dozens of tiny claws, hundreds. Daughter, soft horror. The mice. Mom, the mice aren't normal. Mom, whisper laughing. They haven't been normal for a long time. The entire house breathes. Boards bow outward. Drywall ripples. The hall darkens, not from lack of light, but because something is filling the space. The creatures come out, from everywhere. Mom turns toward the hallway. Her spine cracks into unnatural angles. Her smile splits too wide. Mom to the darkness, proud. Go on, babies. Feed. The shadows swarm toward her, tiny glowing eyes, teeth like needles, moving like smoke. They don't attack her. They pass through her, like she's hollow, like something else is wearing her body. Daughter, running. I run. Down the hallway. Down the stairs. Toward the front door. But the house shifts. The floor bends upward like a lung inhaling. The walls roll shut like a mouth closing. The house doesn't want me to leave. Daughter crying, please, please, let me out. Mom, voice echoing everywhere. Sweetie, don't run. You're the reason Daddy had to go. If he fed the mouse, the creatures would have taken you first. Mommy saved you. Her voice drops, demonic. Now you belong to them. I back against the living room wall, but the wall ripples. It bends inward, forms a shape, a tunnel, a dark, breathing tunnel. A voice echoes from inside it. Dad, weak. Sweetheart, run. Daughter, shattered. Dad, Dad, don't let it take you. Mom, sharp, enraged. He's gone. They took him. I sacrificed him for you. The floor trembles violently. Mom, shriek. Now come to mommy. The mice swarm the room. Black, shiny, teeth clicking like metal tapping bone. They circle me. Faster, faster. Mom walks forward, arms open, smiling like a cracked porcelain doll. Mom, just like I said, if you give a mouse some milk, they'll want more. And tonight, they want you. She reaches. Her shadow stretches. The creatures leap. I scream. Everything stops. The mice freeze. Mom freezes. The shadows recoil. Because of a sound outside. Sirens, police sirens. Loud. The neighbor must have called before he died. Mom turns her head slowly toward the window. Too slowly. Mom, cold whisper. They're trespassing. The house shudders. Walls pulse. Rage builds under the floor. She looks at me. For the first time, her eyes flicker with something human. Fear. Mom, soft. Sweetie, you need to hide before they make everything worse. Police break the door down. Flashlights cut through the house. Everything is still. Too still. They find the mother standing motionless, staring at the wall. They find the neighbor's phone in the grass. They find the father's wallet buried in the dirt. But the daughter? Gone. And when officers press their ears to the walls, they swear they hear a tiny voice whisper, Mom, and dozens of tiny voices whisper back, more.